Hey guys, what's up? It's just Connor here. I hope you're having an amazing day as per usual. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 4 ways that you can find your next high ticket sales job or how to just find one in general, right? Now, I think the reason why I wanted to make this video is the more self-awareness you have around these methods, the better you can utilize them and the better understanding that you have, and the best one that you can pick according to what you feel and what your judgment is. But of course, I've got some opinions I'm going to share with you, but only things that will help you, right? Not have a negative effect. So without further ado, let's go jump into the point of today's video. So number one, I guess the one at the top of the list that I want to talk about is job applications, right? These are the most common, these are the most normal. You've probably heard me talk about this on the YouTube channel once before. And it's Facebook groups, right? Facebook groups, job posts, Upwork, Indeed, LinkedIn. You're going to find these job posts everywhere, but mainly in the high ticket sales space, most people find job posts in Facebook groups, right? Where everybody can access them, right? And that's the positives of it. It's accessible, it's easy to spot, it gives you details about the position right away, right? But the challenge is a lot of people are out there doing the same method, or they're applying for the same role with the same job post because they're accessible, people can find them, and they're easy to spot, right? So let's say that there's 300 applicants for the same role. Let's do the math on that. 300 applicants, one person gets the job. You have a chance of 0.33% off the bat of getting that role. Your odds of landing your dream opportunity through this method are going to be pretty low, right? But this is the same method that a lot of the marketers will tell you that is effective. And to be honest, maybe it was effective 4, 5, 6 years ago, but even back then, it was still incredibly ineffective. Now, in the industry, there's hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands of sales reps or new salespeople trying to enter the industry that are all applying through the same methods and using the same channels, hence why it is so ineffective, right? This is by far my least favorite, if you can't tell already, okay? Strategy number 2, or the second way that you can find your next job opportunity as a high ticket sales rep, is recruiters and pipelines, right? Now, recruiters and pipelines, they've become very popular in the last year in the high ticket sales space, right? They can come from 2 sources, trainers and recruiters, right? The good thing about recruiters and pipelines and trainers, recruiters, is that they have a lot of reach for you, and they also have a sales team that's constantly moving all the time and meant to be looking for new companies and adding to the pipeline. So they're doing a lot of the groundwork for you, which is great, right? Now, the good thing about this is that you can gain access to multiple opportunities at any one given time, right? If the company has a good reputation and you perform well in a position, the recruiter's then going to be likely incentivized to place you in another opportunity if it doesn't work, right? The 2 problems with recruiters and pipelines is that there are too many people in these pipelines and just not enough opportunities for everyone, right? They're highly competitive, and the priority is that these guys are being paid to place you, right? Place the best of the best. They're not going to prioritize you. They're going to prioritize your dream offer. They're just going to prioritize their client, and so they're not going to prioritize you, which is obviously less than ideal. But sometimes recruiters and pipelines, as a okay and decent method, is much better than job application. They'll do a lot of the groundwork for you. And if you build a good reputation with these recruiters and recruitment agencies as a business, well then, as I mentioned before, they'll revisit you for other opportunities recurring. So a lot of the work is really done there for you. However, you must have good skills to actually select, vet, and screen these offers, so they're going to make you money and are going to turn into your dream opportunities, even if they are not at the present time, right? Now, so the problem with recruitment and like pipelines and things like that is that sales trainers are using recruitment and pipelines to double dip in the industry. So they're training business owners and coaching business owners on how to grow the business, whether sales, marketing, team, whatever it really is, at the same time that they're training salespeople, right? So new salespeople are placed with new business owners, right? This is basically a recipe for disaster. In my experience, I've worked for many different companies and business owners that lasted a week, a month, maybe a couple months because I was so naive and I didn't know what exactly I was meant to be looking for. And I wasted a lot of time on the wrong opportunities with the wrong people, right? Because again, you're basically what you're doing here is you're turning yourself into a glorified, unpaid guinea pig for hire. I can guarantee you that visual and that imagery for yourself is probably not what you want, okay? So being in the position where you're paired up with a new business and you're a new salesperson doesn't quite work very, very well, and usually tends to end up in a negative situation or can put you in a very bad spot, right? Which is why I say that guaranteed placement is more than likely very high chance of not actually working and a very small chance that it actually does, right? Very, very important. So the third strategy here is networking, right? Now, as we've talked about with the statistics and the numbers, 70% of the top tier job opportunities go to people who already have an existing relationship with the key hiring manager, someone who's, the hiring manager and the person who's employing within the company, and or the founder or the business owner, right? Now, people go to me and they go, yeah, no, I've tried that. I've been doing that. I've been sending off intro videos and I've been talking to business owners here and there. That's not networking, right? Networking is not sending off a bunch of videos and cold messages to strangers. It's much more nuanced than that, right? If you haven't made networking work, it's because you don't have the strategy, you don't know what you're doing, and you aren't doing it correctly, which 99% of you watching these videos, if you're doing it on your own, you're not doing it correctly. I can almost guarantee that, right? It's why you haven't got the results you're actually looking for, right? Now, what networking is about is it's about making deeper connections and building strong relationships, right? This is the core strategy for me and the guys in the RSA, looking to earn six figures in the first 12 months within this industry. It's exactly how I did it. It's exactly how I was successful in this industry. Not just for 6 months or a year, it was for years upon years upon years. And it's very evident of that because there's very little people that actually talk about this. There's very, very few. Maybe I can name one, but that's about it. I think those guys are fantastic. So there's very, very few people that actually talk about this because, again, it's just only gain this skill through experience and actually being in this industry for a significant amount of time, right? Now, networking exists in two parts: visibility and value, right? So the challenging part with networking is it's a long-term delayed gratification, right? Why is that? It's because you're not getting instant feedback, instant responses. You're not getting a job instantly. But let me propose you a question. What if in the next 30, 60, 90 days, you could track and measure with a specific strategy that's proven to work with data and KPIs that you will line up a certain amount of interviews in the next 30, 60, 90 days? Would you do it? Probably yes, you would, right? And so the thing with networking is a lot of people struggle with the long-term delayed gratification, not only having the right strategy, but doing it for a long enough time, and more importantly, giving enough effort and tracking that effort to actually get a tangible, sustainable result. And most people, once they get the first role, they stop, which is how most businesses die, right? Most businesses die by not having the right marketing and having an acquisition system to get new clients. Same thing here. You need to continue networking. It does not stop. It does not stop once you get your dream role. You continue doing it. It's a part of the game. It is a skill. It's a core function of your business as a pay per performance sales rep. Okay? Last one. Number 4 is referrals. Referrals is by far the best way to do this, right? To get your next high ticket sales role, right? The best opportunities are the ones that happen behind closed doors. And referrals are always happening behind closed doors. Why? Because with a referral, the other party instantly trusts the other party, right? You're leveraging someone else's trust. Most six-figure opportunities don't even make it to a job post. You don't even know that they exist. That's why you can't find them, right? Everybody says that they can sell these days, so how can a business owner actually trust that, right? Everybody's claiming themselves as a high ticket closer, this, that, and another thing, but they haven't closed a door in their life, right? Or they can't close a door and they've never taken a sales call in their life, right? Which is fine if you're a beginner, but you need to find the right caliber opportunity to match up to your skill level and your experience. Most salespeople are not, and that's why they fail, right? Basically, business owners, they need a verifiable source they can trust, which is referrals from their network, people that they trust within proximity towards them, aka the network. Usually, at this point, if you've run that correctly, you skip the usual hiring process altogether and you make it to somewhat of an informal interview, right? In some cases, when you're referred, you basically sit down and have a casual chat with the business owner and get the role fairly easily, right? Definitely much easier than most, right? Now, the challenge here is relying on a strong network and trust. Not only do you have to invest time into building a network, not only do you have to invest time to become visible and add value to your network and make people trust you, right? But yeah, like it's very important that you take time to invest in this strategy because most don't. And most people can't because they can't visualize and see the effects of this process in the longer term, right? You need to have a longer term vision rather than a shorter term vision. Everybody wants things now. We live in an economy where our attention is starved and we live in the attention economy, right? So you need to delay that long-term gratification and actually implement the right strategy so you can spit out referrals as you need them and when you need them, right? Now, the problem with this as well is that when someone refers you to someone else, they're placing their trust in you that they're going to represent their representation or their reputation in good faith, right? So they need to trust you, and sometimes that takes a little bit of time, but most people do not want to hear that, right? Most people don't want to hear that, right? But good things take time, and I have to tell you right now, if you are expecting things to happen overnight, I can guarantee you that is your key fault right now and why you are not being successful with what you want to do. And more importantly, not in the short term, in the longer term as well. And in my experience, every single role that I've gotten inside of the high ticket sales industry as a full-time sales rep has been through referral and in my network, hands down, every single time without fail, right? And majority of times, at least 80% of 70% of times, it was a very informal conversation between me, the business owner, very chilled out, and it usually always worked out pretty damn well. Hence why I'm talking to you right now today and doing what I'm doing. So, with that said, guys, that is the 4 ways that you can find your next high ticket sales job. Hopefully you have some more self-awareness around these different channels and have some more understanding of how all these different channels work and how you can play them towards your advantage, okay? So with that said, guys, hopefully you're having an amazing day and you're enjoying your week, and I will see you in the next video.